All right. So today, I guess is another part two or part three. I'm not sure, whatever. But pretty much, I was listening to the radio, like as I always do every morning, basically. And they had a special guest, a transgender person on there. Um, and like I said, the other videos, I really don't. At the end of the day, if as long as it doesn't affect me directly, I don't really care. But it's just annoying when you kind of try to like convert people or kind of like mess up their morals or anything like. And even though it's someone else's morals that may be corrupted or something like that, or someone else's pathway is getting like screwed up, it still probably will directly or indirectly affect me as well. And basically, what I'm saying is, let me see, let me get into it. So there's two main issues I had with that person. One, it goes back to the whole thing of like, are they straight or play for another team thing? Like, pretty much the person said that when they were like, what was it, 6 years old or something like that, 6 or 7 years old, they realized that they were different, and they were like, oh, because they like to play with dolls, they like men, they like little boys, and one other reason which they thought they were different. And I'm like, that basically sounds like you're gay. That doesn't seem gay. Like you need to change your gender to somebody else. It just seems like you're gay. It's like you're doing the most at that point in time.
This whole transgender thing is confusing to me because thing is, that's this YouTube personality. I thought it was a she. No, because I thought it was she. She was. I thought she was kind of cute, so I subscribed to it until she said in the video, "trans woman." That killed it. I'm like, what?
And that leads to actually, it's three issues I had with that person. Sorry to interrupt you. Sorry to cut you off. But besides that part, continue on because I'm just gonna go ahead.
Yeah, she said she was a trans woman. I'm like, okay, that means you used to be a dude. So I'm like, nah, I unsubscribed and left.
They're gonna call you transphobic.
Things about the whole transgender thing is confusing. Like, I mean, listen, in this city alone, man, some people might actually have the money to pay for that type of surgery and actually look completely female.
Mm-hmm.
How many times have we probably lusted after a chick who wasn't really a chick?
Right.
And didn't know it?
Saying, oh, damn it.
I mean, we could be out here, man, she fine, she a bad, like, bro, they ain't no broad. That's a bro.
That's a broke bro, or so a broken bro inside the head.
Yeah.
That gets me to the next point. This year they were talking about. So they had a book that is either coming out or just recently came out. I'm not going to give the person the benefit of the doubt of calling them what they want to be called, because at the end of the day, I still find you as a guy. Whatever you're born with, that's what you are. I don't care if you transfer into something else, unless you like, well, this is magic or high level scientific bullcrap, whatever. But unless you like get your brain information transferred into like actual legitimate female body, that's the only way I would call you a female, and then that's even creepy. Like an episode of Batman Beyond. This is going way side of it, but an episode of Batman Beyond. Ra's al Ghul, anybody who's listening, Ra's al Ghul transferred his freaking mind into his daughter Talia al Ghul. And for the oh god, it's disgusting. He was kissing on Batman. But anyway, that's the full extreme. That is like way past his transgender stuff.
That sounds like something an episode of Stargate Atlantis where I saw where a chick was actually somehow put in the dude's body by accident because they had a bit of an accident with an alien ship, and nearly in the episode, the chick had a crush on a dude, but she was inside a dude's body, so the chick ended up taking over the dude's body and kissing another dude that she liked. So when you saw the scene, what you saw was two dudes kissing.
Oh god!
I mean, the thing is, the whole episode set the whole line up for that. So when I saw it, I didn't quite flinch, but I look at that like, okay, these dudes off camera were dudes. So there was two dudes actually kissing on camera, even though according to the storyline, the plot line, it was actually the chick kissing a dude.
Yeah, and which I'm going to take a quote that Ben Affleck said decades ago. which again trans people getting offended about or gay people, whatever. He said it takes a real great actor to kiss a dude on screen. He said that I forgot it was an early Kevin Smith movie that he was talking about, and people got up in arms. This was I think it was like last week, the week before last. Like someone found that quote he said years ago, and they got pissed off about it. Like, really? First of all, that was years ago, and hopefully he still feels the same way. But if he doesn't, I don't really care. But that does if you don't go a certain way. Even for what's her face, the chick from Valerian and Suicide Squad, the model chick who's now an actor. She's a lesbian, and I'm pretty sure it takes a lot of like acting skills, which I don't feel like she's a strong enough actress yet. Anyway, but it still takes some skills to put on a facade of that you go a certain way, which you don't go a certain way. That is actually a true thing. Like I'm not gay, but if I become an actor and I gotta kiss a dude for a scene, or even hug a dude for I'm cool with you, dude, or we're family, like kind of hug, then I feel like that is a strong thing. Like actors are playing other people. Yeah, you're not playing yourself. So that means that it takes some skill to do that.
Yeah, especially when you gotta be in a scene where you're doing something that normally compromise your sexuality.
Yeah, and not even just your sexuality, just like a moral code. Some actors can't even take the heat, and they need to stay out of the kitchen. Like Kirk Cameron, when he became religious, he stopped doing certain the second time I'm mentioning Growing Pains. I don't know why, but Growing Pains was just a good show when I was a kid. But yeah, when Growing Pains was going on and whatever, and Kirk Cameron found religion or whatever, they had to cut some episode storylines out because he didn't feel like it was comfortable. Which again, go with your moral code. I understand. Whatever, and some some actresses even lost their jobs. Actresses, and again, I'm not trying to be like a white knight going for like females' rights or whatever. But I know like a couple child actresses lost their job because they them and their family did not feel. I forgot who they are though. For just don't quote me on it, but I know I've seen a couple stories in which it was like two separate female actresses as kids lost their jobs just because they didn't want to do a specific role. Such as I don't know, like if let's say it was a scene where they had to get drunk and it's against their moral code / religion. Yeah, they kind of lost their job or they lost their chance to continue on the show or movie, whatever, because of that. But anyway, yeah, it goes like that. So I'm not trying. It's similar. It's very similar, or it's basically the same. So you're being a true actor. But anyway, let me get back to the main point. Yeah, because that body swap thing happens so many times. But if it's the case of a body swap thing, I understand. It's super crazy and it's not realistic. But if it actually were to happen in real life, I can understand that. But the whole transgender thing, you missed me on that one. And another thing, speaking of like two dudes kissing, whatever, like in fiction, whatever, when it comes to reality, we already talked about this before. One of the worst things they can do is actually lead a dude on and have a dude smash them, and then like later on tell them like, by the way, you should be a guy. And like for this person had a story to tell. They were like, hey, so yeah, I was young girl, I was in college, whatever. I already had transitioned into this new form of me, whatever. And I had a summer fling with this dude, whatever, and they didn't think it was going to go anywhere, and they ended up being together for like 2 months or so, whatever, like that. Mm-hmm. And they already had sex by that time, and they said that they revealed to that person, and the person was like, why didn't you feel like you were comfortable enough to tell me this? And the person said, oh, I didn't feel like this is going to go anywhere. Now, I understand that's a certain point, but at the same time, I would say at least, like, I thought about this briefly. Yeah, for a different. I thought about this actually before I even started recording this. If it gets to a point in which you're like, for anybody, if you don't feel like it's going to be a long, like if a person's hitting on you, whatever, you don't have that kind of feelings towards them or anything like that, and you're like, okay, they're just giving compliments, whatever, then you could just like let them go on with the compliments, whatever. If it gets a little bit more than that, like actual first date, whatever, then okay, you can go on a first date. But if you feel like it's going to get to a point in which like sex and kissing involved, then that's when you should tell them. Like, tell them anything like, hey, I don't feel this way about you. Hey, I used to be a dude or female, whatever way that situation goes. Hey, I don't drink. Or, like, just tell them, like, on that date, whatever, and so you can stop the crap from going on longer than it should have. That's what I'm saying.
Damn.
So that's all I gotta say about that. Like, if you're gonna, don't lead anybody on and then like compromise their own lifestyle because you are too afraid to tell them what's real. Like, excuse me, unless it's like something small, like what's something really small that's kind of like you don't need to tell them on the first date. You can like let them know later on. Like, obviously don't talk about your ex on the first date. Don't tell them you have. I guess you can tell them you have a farting problem. I don't know. I don't think is a farting problem something you need to tell somebody on the first date.
Apparently, yeah.
Oh, okay. But I'm just, all right. Look, okay. But the first thing I said.
Times like, check, it's time for you to doc. That's a health issue.
Or sweating a lot. I don't know. Like just something small, something that's not like extremely major, such as I don't kiss on the first date. I guess you can tell them before they go in.
That's
like
not even, you know what? The whole kiss on the first date. That's not even a big deal. I mean, nowadays.
That's what I'm saying. Like
yeah,
say like either say what was the first example I said? Let them know that don't talk about your ex on the first date and no kissing on the first date. Like those two small insignificant things compared to I used to be a guy or I used to be a girl. That's something you could like let on for like later on. Like don't wait till like last minute to tell somebody something huge as you used to be a different gender. That's just you're corrupting that person at that point in time.
Yeah, because like I said, man, especially if you start going to cities like Atlanta, like big cities, more metro areas, like out in Cali and stuff. You don't tell them how many females you see walking around. It's like, yo, man, that probably ain't no female. See, and you can't tell. I mean, nowadays the whole homosexual thing, gay and lesbian thing, it's to the point that you can't tell anymore. Mm-hmm. I mean, if you see like a dude acting all flamboyant, okay, yeah, that's the obvious one. You see a chick
but still in that case too, you just could be a flamboyant, soft person, and you could be getting all the females as possible.
Yeah, that's nothing. That's because the person. You're right. Because a dude that way doesn't mean he's actually homosexual. So now, you really can't tell.
That's what the water is murky, as some people like to say. Mm-hmm. But we have ways of stopping this murkiness. Like it's easy. The main thing is for the transgender thing, just to be upfront with that person. You can't really tell anybody how to act. I mean, you can, but like at the end of the day, mind your own damn business. But when it comes down to just this specific case, you can save someone's life, save them a lot of time, save yourself a lot of time, and tell them like, hey, I used to be this way, blah blah blah. Even you could be like, oh, I used to be gay or I used to be straight, whatever. You want to do that? Just go ahead and tell them. But if it's something like that's not that significant, then don't bother with it. Whatever. Like, I don't eat shrimp. Oh my god, you waste my time, blah blah. Like, but it's just food. Chill out. It's not like I'm saying I used to be a murderer or some crap like that. Like, just something as simple as that. And then the last thing I want to say, and then you can just go talk all you want. They had an issue with I need to look up that joke because I know I heard it before. It was a Chris Rock joke that he said a while ago. Basically, he said the context of the joke was he feels like he's a bad father if his daughter wound up on a stripper pole, and that person said it was funny at first, but then they thought about it and they felt it was insulting or some crap like that. And I didn't even think about that long either. I'm like instantly, I understand this whole free sex thing and everyone should be able to not be. I still hate that no judgment crap, whatever. But like, and truthfully, like no one should be judged for their career unless they're a murderer. I mean, obviously, because you're gonna be judged by a judge and jury, or a thief or whatever. Like something that's legal, you shouldn't be judged by something that's legal. I understand that, but like, I'm not a father, and that person had a father too. Like you had a father too. Like everyone who has an actual dad, and even mom who actually feels the same way. You feel like you failed as a parent if your kids are doing as a societal low kind of job, such as sadly a janitor. No offense to any janitors out there that's trying to make it in life. Obviously a porn star because that's against our Christian and Catholic religion and whatever, and obviously a freaking stripper. Like, why on earth would you feel insulted by that? And the reason why they felt insulted is because they used to be a stripper too, a transgender stripper. And once I heard that part, I was like, okay, well, I guess I'm never going to go to a strip club ever in my life now, since I've just forgot about that. I forgot transgender people are strippers sometimes. So, yeah, screw that. I guess I'll just I hope my relationship with my girlfriend works out because I do not want to go back out in the dating world anymore because I don't trust females anymore.
I mean,
what is
now,
that?
I don't know. It's weird nowadays, man. Because I've been single for a while, and the one thing I know is like trying to date now is nothing like trying